is past simple. The simple past is used to describe complete action, historical event, or state that happened and finished at a specific time in the past. For example, a major factor in this shift toward virtual learning was the COVID-19 pandemic, which froze the world and our ability to physically attend the classroom setting. Was identify a complete state of fact in the past regarding the cause of the shift. First, describe a single complete past action or impact of the pandemic on global activity.
Let's move to past continuous tense. Past continuous is a tense that we use to describe an action that was happening or was in progress at the specific time in the past. Let's look at the structure. The structure of past continuous is subject plus was or were plus verb ing. Now, let's look at a sample sentence. The sentence is, I was not paying attention while I was writing a letter, so I made several mistakes. In this sentence, was not paying and was writing are the past continuous forms because they use was plus verb ing. Lastly, when do we use this tense? We use past continuous to describe an action that's happening in the past, especially when another action happens at the same time.
So in this video, we're going to talk about the tenses. My part is the perfect tense, which is we're going to talk about the perfect past tense, the perfect present tense, and lastly the perfect future tense. So based on the picture that shows here, the article that I found is that firstly we're gonna talk about the perfect past tense. So the example of sentences that I found, the past tense, for example this, for teachers or trainees that had been following traditional means of teaching for the past several years, it might be a little challenging and complicated to be familiar with online learning practice. So the keyword is that had been. So that had been is the perfect past tense. So we know that it happened in the past because had been. So when this tense is used, is that this tense is used to describe an action that started in the past, continue over a period of time, and was completed before another past, even or fixed point in the past. So why each highlighted verb is in that tense and describe its function in the sentence. So had been following, so past perfect continuous show a long-term past habit that took place continuously over several years before the shift to online teaching. So I hope for the perfect past tense is already done. I hope you guys can understand, and maybe you can go back, take a look back at the when this tense used, so you will understand more.
Past perfect continuous tense. We use past perfect continuous tense when referring to an action that has started in the past and has continued up to a certain point in the past. An example of this tense being used is, online school was confusing because we had not been prepared for through simulations or practices beforehand.
First is the simple present tense. The simple present is used to express general true, fact, definition, and permanent situation. Example from my references is, online education is a form of e-learning that utilizes the internet to deliver educational program, courses, and certification. Why do we use simple present here? Is used to give a definition of online education. This is a fact that is always true. Utilize describe the general function of online education. So we use simple present because it talks about things that are permanently true.
Now, I'm going to explain about present continuous tense. What is present continuous tense? Present continuous is a tense that we use to describe an action that's happening now or currently in progress. Let's look at the structure of this tense. The structure of this tense is subject plus is plus being and plus past participle. So we have 4. Now, Let's look at the sample sentence. The sentence is, new technology is increasingly being used to complement established education practices. In this sentence, is being used is present continuous tense. It shows that new technology is currently being used and the trend is continuing. Lastly, when do we use is present continuous? We use it to describe an ongoing and developing trend in education, showing that new technology is gradually being adopted to complement existing education practices. So, this sentence tells us that the use of technology in education is an ongoing and developing trend.
Second one is the perfect present tense. So based on the article, I'm gonna show it there. I'm gonna provide the article to here. The second one is the perfect present tense. So the example of sentences that I found is the emergence of COVID-19 pandemic has led to educational institutions faced an enormous sudden closure of office, shopping malls, disruption of educational system affecting 94 school and colleges, university and other percent of learning in more than 190 countries and educational institutions all over the world, all continents. So when this tense used is that you use the present perfect tense to connect the past to the present. Use it when an action happened in the past, but its effect or result is still relevant right now. So has, late, tense, present perfect. So has plus late is the perfect present tense. That's where the pandemic start in the past, but its impact is still happening right now. It still happens. So function connects a past cause, COVID-19 emerging to present result, ongoing disruption in education.
Present perfect continuous tense. We use present perfect continuous tense when referring to an action that has started in the past but has been continued up until the present or has just recently stopped. A sample of this tense being used is the intentional learning acquisition has not been explored much either.
First is the simple future. The simple future is used to express future intention, prediction, decision, or action that will happen at a later time. For example, in this blog post, we will explore the benefits and challenges of learning online to help students understand what to expect when considering an online program. We'll explore, indicate a plan action and an intention that the writer intends to perform later in the post.
Now, I'm going to explain about future continuous tense. Future continuous is a tense that we use to describe an action that will be happening at a specific time in the future. Let's look at the structure. The structure of future continuous tense is subject plus will plus be plus verb ing. Let's look at the sample sentence. The sentence is, the Prime Minister will be flying to Delhi later today for a 3-day visit. In this sentence, will be flying is the future continuous form because it uses will plus verb ing. Lastly, when do we use this future continuous tense? We use future continuous tense to describe an action that will be ongoing at a specific time in the future.
So now we're gonna move on to the last perfect tense, is that the perfect future tense. So I gave 2 examples for the perfect future tense from the article that I found. So the first example is that according to studies, it has been predicted that online learning will have grown another 8%. The second one is that by the time students finish their remote degrees, they will have developed strong digital communication skills. So when this tense used, We use the future perfect to talk about an action that will complete before a specific point or even in the future. Use it when you set a future milestone or cut-off point and want to say an action will already be finished by then. So, has been predict, but how do you know it's gonna happen? So the word will, but the present perfect passive is that you have has plus been plus past participle. So the prediction was made in the past by studies, but the result finding is still active and relevant to the future or to the present.
Future perfect continuous tense. We use future perfect continuous tense when referring to an action that will start in the future but will continue up until a certain point in the future, or an action that will start in the present but will continue up until a certain point in the future. An example of this tense being used is that artist will have been painting that mural for over 6 months by the time she has finished.